Yes, good evening, Savva here, Football Heritage TV. Just a quick 1 hour update tonight. It's all been happening, hasn't it? It's all been happening. We're not used to these sort of transfer windows, are we? Also, throughout the next hour, I'll be keeping you up to date with the FA Cup replay scores. Currently, Blackpool 0, Nottingham Forest 1, Bristol Rovers 1, Norwich 0, and Everton 0, Crystal Palace 0. But look, in the world of Spurs, tonight we have got confirmation that Serge Reguilon has signed on loan for Brentford until the end of the season. So we'll be going through that, having a look and see what that's all about. We've got news coming out that apparently it's growing, this news, that Tottenham are very interested in Norwich winger. Norwich currently losing right now away to Bristol Rovers. Norwich winger Jonathan Rowe is apparently someone that excites Tottenham. There's also news on Ko Itakura from Sky Sports Germany, talking about Ko Itakura. I hope I'm saying that right, for the centre back who was wanted by Postecoglou at Celtic. Serge Reguilon we talked about, and also we'll have a look as it's coming out tonight in the last hour or so that Tottenham Hotspur are looking to loan a Japhet Tanganga to Millwall. So there's a lot going on tonight. There's a lot. So I'm just looking, I'm seeing loads and loads of news all over the place. It looks like Japhet Tanganga could be going to Millwall on loan. Brave, because they're very unforgiving down there. But if I'm brutally honest, it probably is his level. So let's start as we mean to go on. Good evening to each and every one of you. Please smash the like buttons. There's only 25. Come on. Just for once, let's smash that like button like we mean it. Smash the like button. And please do subscribe. We're about 145 away from 13K. So come on, let's head towards there. And the link is in the chat. Which player shall we start with? Let's have a look at the easy one, shall we? Let's have a look at the easy one where we know this is a done deal. It's all happened. Let me just see if I can. Find it. Fabrizio Romano. Yes. So let's have a look at this. First of all, we'll look at what Romano said, and then we'll look at the old Spurs website, shall we? So if you can see here, that Fabrizio Romano 28 minutes ago. It's all happening tonight. 28 minutes ago, as said, official confirmed. Sergio Reguilon has joined Brentford on a loan deal from Tottenham, but with no buy option, which is disappointing, but understandable. Maybe he doesn't want to stay in England after this year. It goes on to say that this is what Thomas Frank had to say about him. He said, "We need him, but I also think he needs us to show how good a footballer he is. I'm convinced that this will be a positive partnership." So that is what Fabrizio Romano said. Then if we have a look at what Tottenham Hotspur said about it, Tottenham Hotspur, we were a little bit colder. Tottenham just went with Serge Reguilon has joined Brentford on loan for the remainder of the 23-24 season. Good luck, Sergio. So not many words there, but just confirming that Reguilon has joined Brentford on a 6-month loan deal, a 5-month loan deal now, because the season's only got February, March, April, May. It's a 4.5-5-month deal. So Serge Reguilon joining Brentford on loan. We'll have a look and see if there's been anything else that's been said by Tottenham Hotspur in the last few hours. A video of Radu Dragoshin and Brian Hill there warming up. There's the news about Reggie. And before that, it was some comments about Timo Werner. And yeah, blah, 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 blah. So we don't need to look at that. Now, what I'll do is I'll go through all the bits of news at the beginning of the show, as I always do, and then we can talk about all the different players afterwards. So further to this, we have got this news coming in. It's this news. Let me see if I can find this. Hang on 1 second. Let me see. Where was the news about? Japhet Tanganga? Where was it? Here it is. Here's the news about Japhet Tanganga. So Tanganga, according to courtesy of the Spurs Express, but this was put out by Rich Crawley. I said Millwall are set to sign Tottenham centre-back Japhet Tanganga on loan until the end of the season. So it looks like Japhet Tanganga, who went to Augsburg and didn't get any football. What a complete waste of a 6-month loan spell. Has gone out there, not played any football. And I think the worrying thing is that Japhet Tanganga is nearly 25. And when you look at his career, he's only played 55 games of football. Most players by the age of 25 have played hundreds and hundreds of games. So we wish him well. It's going down to Millwall. Millwall have got their own struggles going on, of course. But hopefully, he can go there, play well, and hopefully gets a move to somewhere like Millwall and can play week in, week out. You might not have the money you'll get at Spurs, but surely for a player of his age, the important thing is to be going out there and playing football. So let's just have a quick scan, see what else the Spurs Express have said or posted. A little bit there about Dejan Kulusevski being back in Spurs training after missing the Man U game through illness. So I think we all knew he'd be back pretty quickly. The news about Serge Reguilon that we knew. Timo Werner on what Cuti Romero said to the team in the huddle before the match. He said we should enjoy it and keep playing our football. Doesn't matter what's coming. Inspiring words there. Inspiring words. Japhet Tanganga, again, this one. Japhet Tanganga will also move to the Championship on loan after being recalled by Augsburg. So that was 7 hours ago. And then 7 hours later, it is that he is going to Millwall, apparently. Now, I don't know how concrete that is, but it does look like he's going to Millwall. You've got Alfie Devine, of course, this morning, the news that he was coming back from Port Vale, where he's enjoyed a very good loan spell, and they really like him up there. And looks like he's going to Plymouth, so one league up and joining Ashley Phillips in Plymouth. So that should be very, very interesting. Just checking some news. If ever I look away from the screen, I'm just checking tablets and mobile phones and all these other different devices. So you've got that. Then if we look at, let's have a look at this. Now, I don't know how concrete this is, but a player that many people have talked about, Ko Itakura. You could see here that Sky Sports in Germany and this is via Spurs OTM, have said Tottenham and Liverpool have both shown interest in signing Ko Itakura, with Postecoglou wanting him since his time at Celtic. Now, of course, this is the Borussia Mönchengladbach centre-half. Look, we've just signed Dragushin. So do you think there's any weight in this? Are Tottenham going to buy another centre-half in the same window? Is this something that's being lined up for the summer to be one of four as an option? Let me know what you think. But there's the news that Sky in Germany are saying that Ko Itakura is being monitored has had interest shown to him by both Tottenham and Liverpool. So watch this space on that one. And the last bit of news, I mean, it's again more news. This time from Football London. Hopefully you can see this. Ignore the ads at the side. Is Jonathan Rowe has wow factor. Ange Postecoglou will love amid Tottenham transfer interest. So it says Tottenham have become the latest Premier League team to show interest in Norwich City ace Jonathan Rowe after his exploits in the Championship this season. It goes on to say, it doesn't come as a surprise that Tottenham have joined the long list of clubs to have shown an interest in Norwich City sensation Jonathan Rowe. The winger has been in fine form this campaign for the Canaries and has so far contributed with 12 goals and 3 assists in 28 games in all competitions. So that's 15 goal contributions in 28 games, so just over 1 in 2. And it says, following his exploits at Carrow Road this term, Villa, Brentford, West Ham and Wolves have all been linked with a move for the under-21 international. But they understand that Tottenham are among those clubs keeping tabs. Now, I won't go into the rest of it, but let me know what you think about that. I've seen Jonathan Rowe play. He looks decent, good young prospect. But I'm going to ask you this. At what stage do we need to stop buying young prospects? At what stage does the next winger we buy not need to be young and a kind of hit and hope, like with Brennan Johnson, like with Solomon, like what we would see with Brian Hill, what we would see if we signed Jonathan Rowe, Ng, Bergwijn. At what point do we need to sign an established top player? Let me know, and I'll be coming to all of your comments very, very, very shortly. So there's a lot going on, within Tottenham Hotspur at the moment. They're desperately trying to get rid of. Sorry, they're just seeing if this is breaking news or not. No, this is not breaking news. Sorry, this is somebody sent me something, but somebody already sent me about half an hour ago. So there's lots going on tonight. You've got you've got this as well. There's reports coming out of Africa that Ibasuma has contracted malaria. Again, I don't know how real those reports are, but you've got lots going on. You've got Brian Hill. The reports today are suggesting that Tottenham have put a £7 to £8 million target on his head. Reports today that Leeds want to sign Ben Davies at the end of the season. It's all going on, and it looks like a clear out is really happening. So listen, let me know what you think about all of those players. Reggie, Tanganga out on loan, Devine, Itakura, Jonathan Rowe. Do we want yet another young winger? Listen, I'm not saying he won't be good in the future, but it doesn't exactly scream of ambition again, does it? I feel like we're very mixed with wanting to see young players, but then saying, well, why can't we go and win things? And I feel like we're very confused in our own minds about this as fans. But big up, thank you to everyone that's liked so far. Let's smash that like button, people. Only 62 likes, 230 of you in here and growing. And let's smash the subscribe button, people. We're going to try and get this to 12,870 by the end of the night. So 14 subscribers as we go towards 13K. Wow. And breathe. Let me have a bit of water. Breathe. Okay. So GBC fan is in the house and said big ups Oliver Skip and West Brom. Okay. Tony Rodriguez has said evening, Savva in the chat. So has Mark Cook. Good evening to you guys. John Clark, we're going to talk about this. For me, I've seen him play. I like him, but I just, are we going to act like a big club? Are we going to go and buy what we need right now? Are we going to go and buy someone who's a difference maker? For me, I'd like better. I'm not saying you can't buy him as a young player, but I've been really disappointed with the last 3 or 4 wingers that we've bought. Can we not go out and get someone with a little bit more class, a bit more experience, someone ready-made? GBC fan said, good evening to you as well. Where are we? Good evening, Mario 2012. Good evening to you. Good evening to Mitchell Odgers. Sav, what's our best 11? Everyone's fit. We'll come to this a bit later. I need to catch up with comments. Shem Tan has said, evening, Savva. I think Reggie's going to do good at Brentford. They are desperate since Rico got injured. Be interesting. Yeah, can he get a number of balls onto Ivan Toney's head? Could that be a link up? Big up to George in the chat. How you doing, mate? Always appreciate your generosity and always being in here at your time, George. So thank you for that. Big up to Adam. I am very well this evening. Thank you. Just started a new Netflix show and I'll be finishing that tonight. Big up to absolutely everyone. Robert Wilson. Good evening to you as well. I won't be able to get to everyone, but big up. Good evening to Martin Knightsbridge. Jim Coys, I've not seen you for ages. How are you, Jim? Hope you're well, buddy. Hope you're well. Good evening to you. Chris, big up Chris Beresford. Hope you're well. Said Forest v Blackpool on a cold Wednesday night or Savva on his sofa. Easy choice. And now generate those super chats, people. Listen, I'll never tell anyone to put the super chats in. If anyone wants to put them in, they're always welcome, but I'll never tell anyone to put them in. But please do like, please do subscribe. Thank you very, very much. Bill has just said, moo. I've got so many mates who are Millwall fans already messaging, going, oh, what's this Japhet like? Okay. Yes, Lee, Japhet Tanganga off to Millwall, apparently. Bring back Jose as Angie's backup. Yeah, I can see that that's going to work. Zach is having a spliff on my behalf. Well, good luck. Knock yourself out. So keep up the good work, Savva. Cracking work rate Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Stay humble, said Reggie. Can't attack, can't defend, get rid. Okay, I don't need to go any deeper with what you think about Sir Reguilon, do we? Mark New has said, big up Savva, Tottenham legend, Reggie to Brentford. He's a good player and will do well in a Brentford setup. Lots happening behind the scenes for a 6-month loan. Yeah, loads and loads of stuff happening at the moment, mate. Loads and loads of stuff happening at the moment. A user has said, hey, Savva, love the shows. Can I say, why can't Dragusin's agents shut up? Never heard of an agent who keeps nattering every bloody day. To disrespect the club with some of the things he is saying. Yeah, a few people were saying, could this be his undoing at Tottenham? I mean, look, it's, hang on 1 second. And a strive to inspire has said many rival supporters would love to be in our position, clear of the threat of sanctions and looking to spend ambitiously. Yeah, there is that. There is that. Absolutely. We can't knock that. Stay humble has said Ashmatic did a highlight reel on him last night. Who is that on Jonathan Rowe? Let me know. GBC fan has said Itakura has a release clause of 10 to 15 million euros next season. Oh, sorry, 1 second. Somebody's just sent me some information. I want to know if this is real before I read it out. 1 second. Sorry, no, I don't think this is real. Sorry, someone sent me something. I don't feel this is. I don't think it's real. So I'm just confirming. Sorry. Brooke has said, "I'm in your boat, Savva. I don't want to see these young English talents anymore. If you're gonna go young, go for someone like Bakayoko Nusa that level. No Rowe or Inning Jr. Look, for me, I've got nothing against young players, but you know, at what point, like people keep saying we've got to change and we've got to win things and we've got to grow. I mean, do we just keep wanting to buy young players from the Championship, or you know, I just feel we can do better than that. Can we not? I feel like that's why we moved to this stadium, right? I thought like the whole point of moving to the stadium was that we could afford better players. Listen, Jonathan Rowe's a good player. I'm not knocking him. I'm not knocking him at all. If we were going to go out and get a top winger and have him as the backup, I've got no problem with that. But we don't do that, do we? There are, if you go and scout, there are though, right? There are. There's plenty of good players. Loads of clubs got good wingers in the window and we missed out. So I don't think that's quite true. Paul Van Beek, has said, let's get Eze in the summer. Evening, Savva. Yeah, I don't think we're going to splash the cash needed for Eze. I think we'd rather go for a Jonathan Rowe. That's where Tottenham are at for me. T Tone has said some players like Tanganga, Cess, Roden, etc. occasionally have good games. However, top Premier League players have good performances in 8 out of 10 games. Look, I think this is the difference, and we've seen this for years, right? Constantly trying to force Tangangas and Sessegnons and Rodens and Brian Hills and Brennan Johnsons into the 11 and constantly hoping they're going to do better. How many of them actually work out? But we still keep backing it. We still keep backing it. Big up Snazzy T has said, Sup, Savva, what's your take on Devine's future at Spurs? Do you see him as a proper competition for Sarr? Look, I don't know about competition for Sarr. I think they're slightly different players, but look, it's up to Devine to go out to Plymouth, show what he can do, and then hopefully force his way into the Tottenham squad for next season. I mean, I don't know. Can he? What I've seen so far, Postecoglou seems very reluctant to play the kids. So I don't know. I don't know whether or not that's what he wants. There's going to be a lot of players, but we're going to have more games. We're going to have more games next year because we're going to be in Europe, hopefully. So, for me, it is very, very, very important that we have a massive squad. But at the same time, you've got to make sure you've got the quality. So if Devine's good enough, get him in. If he's not, maybe another loan. Video complete. Sofiane said, hi, Savva. Hello to you. How much do you think Elise is going to cost? I don't know. Someone was saying, doesn't he have like a 50 million release clause? I might be making that up. I reckon a 55, 65 million max. I reckon. I just can't see us getting him. I'd love to. It'd be a real marker for me. Mark New said, "Are we going to spend the 100 million from Kane on a ready, 100 million from Kane on a ready-to-go Premier League quality striker, or buy?" Listen, I'm going to put it out there, Mark. The 100 million from Harry Kane has been spent. Make no two ways about this. Make no two ways about this. Yeah, it's going to be. It's already spent. It's already been spent. I think people think because it was at the end of the window that was spare money. Spurs knew he was going. They already spent the money in the window. By the way, in the Everton Crystal Palace game, it is Everton 1, Crystal Palace 0 on 42 minutes. I'll let you know the goal scorer as soon as I get it. Everton 1, Crystal Palace 0 in the replay there. Big up to Tyler. Yes, I'm doing very well. Thank you. Please make sure, though, Tyler, you and everyone else, please smash those likes. Only 91 so far. And Andre Gomez was the goal scorer for Everton. So Andre Gomez was the goal scorer for Everton. And thank you to whoever just subscribed. Where are we? Good evening to you, Frankie. Good evening to you. Chat Sport is saying Decore. Which one? Who are we talking about? What are we talking about here, mate? Decore, what are we talking about? I have no idea what this is about. I'm really annoyed that I clicked on that now. Ryan G says, Sofiane, here's a buyout clause, I believe. Yeah, that's what I was led to believe as well. Frankie has said, keep up the amazing content, brother. Oh, thank you very much. It's very nice that people think that. Be even better if people could appreciate that in likes and subscribers. Stay Humble has said, Tanganga has no gang in him. No gang or no go? Did you mean no go in him? What do you mean? Let me know what you meant. I would take Elise over Eze. I'd take both. Both are better than what we've got. I'd take both, if I'm honest. Very, very good footballers. Ed has said that lad at Hull, Philogene, technique is off the chart. Looks the best player in the championship since Elise. Really good player. Another one, very good. Another one, though. I think, I think we used up all of our... Are they going to score here? I think Forest... Oh, sorry, I thought Forest were in. I think we used up all of our punts when we bought Brennan Johnson for 50 million. For me, the next one needs to be a top winger. It really does. We can't keep buying young players and then pretending that we all love them. And we need to do better for me. Crazy that Tanganga used to start for Spurs at one point. Yes, we did let the squad get to that stage, didn't we? I think it does show, though, that not every young player that comes through is going to be great. I know we like to think that Donnelly, Mikey Moore, Santiago, Devine, Dorrington, that they're all going to be first-team regulars for years to come, but the sad reality is they won't. Definitely not at Tottenham Hotspur anyway. Some will. Well, maybe one will, but the rest won't, unfortunately. GBC said, I hope Alfie Devine works out at Tottenham. Yep, me too. Me too. Devine as a super sub, maybe for Maddison, maybe one day. Well, look, let's see what he does. I mean, he's now going to take that step up from Port Vale to Plymouth in from League One into the Championship. Let's see what he does. I'm not talking about goals and assists. For me, more about the all-round performance at that stage from a midfielder. He's a good player. Let's see what he's made of, shall we? Jim Bird Coys has said, I could be a good thing. It could be a good thing that Devine is playing with Phillips on loan. Absolutely. It can't hurt to have two of our lads there together. Thank you to the person that just unsubscribed. Ooh, horrible people. Strive to Inspire has said, Spurs scouts watching Real Sociedad winger and Valencia play against Osasuna. I like this boy. I've seen him play a number of times. I think he's a very good player. See, now, for me, I want someone like that. I want someone like that, not a Jonathan Rowe. Nothing against Jonathan Rowe. I need to put that out there right now. I just feel like someone like that. Mr. AJ said, hey, Savva, hope you're well. I'm very well. How are you? Said, there's loads of quality wingers out there. I can name some. Neto, Vanderson Galano, Williams from Bilbao, Berardi, and Lorente from Susiola. Oh, mate, when people say there's hardly any good wingers and forwards out there, what they mean is they don't know any. Not that there isn't any. I think if you watch a lot of different leagues, there's top players all over the world. Top players all over the world. It's up to the scouts of any club to find them. Elise, Skip, plus 30 million. I don't think Crystal Palace would want Ollie Skip. I think they've got better midfielders than Ollie Skip. Just saying. 50 million in this market is very good. I'm not sure what we're talking about. If we're talking about Elise, listen, if you get 50 million for Elise, I'm all over that. Yeah, absolutely right. Yeah, I feel like what you see quite a lot is our fans go, just give them Skip or just give them Sessegnon. These clubs won't want these players. They are not good. They won't want them. Robert said Devine is going to be a great player. Yeah, we hope so. We really hope that Devine is going to be a great player. And GBC fan has said, I'd rather we splash it on Lee Kang. Lots of people talking about Lee Kang. Lots and lots of people talking about Lee Kang. Good player. Yeah, I like the look of him. I'd definitely take him. Reese Hubbard said, big up, Savva. How would you feel with Højbjerg, Lo Celso, Cess, Hill, Perisic out? Rooney, Nusa, Edison, Jimenez, Kelly in. You had me sold until you said Kelly. I don't really want Kelly. The others, I'm fine with everything you said there other than the last one. You ruined it with one word, with Kelly. But for me, yes. On the whole, yes. Here he is. There he is, the man, the myth, the legend, Sean Butler. I said Bowen, Neto, Elise. Rank in order of preference. Ooh. I don't know. They're three very different footballers. I think what we need more than anything is a Neto. But Bowen can cover two positions. He can play through the middle or out wide. I'd love Bowen. I really do rate Jared Bowen at West Ham. I think that was a great signing by the Hammers. I like all three. Sean, I hate you doing this to me. I'd say Bowen. I'll take Bowen as a preference, but I'll take any of them three. I'll take any of them three. For me, the other two are more realistic. I can't see Bowen being realistic. I can see the other two being realistic, though. Mohammed Riyadh said 60 million release clause, but if we want him now, we'll have to give Palace 90 million, and I would pay it. Listen, he's a fantastic footballer. Question marks are starting to be asked about Elise's injury record, though, which is understandable. But as a footballer, he's absolutely brilliant. Got loads of time for it. Big up, Ken T. Hope you are well. George said, just to let people know. Wow. Okay, yes, I will be live tomorrow at 10 a.m. for my morning show. 3 p.m. is Football Fever and 8 p.m. is Spurs Unleashed. And yes, I love a name of a show. So big up. Thanks for that. Yes, thank you. Please do smash the like button. Please subscribe. Come on, people. Let's get a couple of subscribers and get really chasing towards that 13K. And there's over 300 in it and only 118 likes. Come on, let's get that to 200 likes ASAP. It's a lot of effort going into these shows, so please do. Where are we? Big up, Niall. Hope you're well, my friend. Martin Knightsbridge said, why is it that we have no problem using foreign youngsters, but when it comes to homegrown, we integrate them so slowly? Interesting. Yeah, interesting. That is very true. We really don't, do we? Good point, Martin. And I hope you're well. And I hope Khaleesi is good as well. Son has his knee wrapped up and limps. What, again? Every time this guy plays for South Korea, I feel like he ends the game with ice around him. But I'm sure he's fine. He always is fine, isn't he, in the end? Carl said, evening, Savva. Good evening to you. What's your opinions on Gibbs White, Neto, or Onana? Seeing as their respective clubs are in trouble, can we exploit that for our advantage? I would take all three. I would take all three. Gibbs White, I think, is an exceptional footballer. And I think if you were to buy Gibbs White, it kills two birds with one stone with homegrown. I would take Neto, as I said just now, and Onana, I think, is a good player. Look, I don't know if it's in Daniel Levy's nature to look at this and go, right, let's strike while the iron's hot. Equally, I don't know if Postecoglou wants any of these three players, but yes, definitely, I think you've got to be looking at some of those signings and saying if they are in financial difficulty and Tottenham are not, go out and make make hay while the sun shines. Gibbs White for me is an exceptionally talented footballer. I really like him. Sorry. Woo, right. Good evening to you, DMB Forever. Hope you're well. Is there a Decore at Everton? Yeah, there's a Decore at Everton. There's a Decore at Palace. I feel like there's a few more knocking about. There's Decores everywhere. There's Dembele's everywhere. There's Neto's everywhere. There's Nunez's everywhere. And I'm sure if you look down all the lower leagues, there's a million Smiths and Jones. Steve. Okay, so Philogene who's at Hull, has a buyback to Aston Villa. Okay, interesting. John Clark has a summer transfer window will tell us for sure how serious Levy is taking us to the next level. Need to have a strong squad, not just a strong 11. Yeah, I mean, we could say this applies to every window, right? You've got to keep buying. You've got to keep strengthening. So I think now would be a good time to pounce if we want to. Colin said, Savva, keep it up. You are my sanity of all things Spurs in a forest of inconsistency. A forest of inconsistency. If I ever have an autobiography, I'm going to call it that. Savva, a forest of inconsistency or a forest of consistency. Big up to you, Colin. Thank you. That's very nice of you to say. Really, really believe that. Ken said, I think the club destroyed any chance of Tanganga being a decent player. Maybe. But just maybe he wasn't good enough. Whenever I watched him play, I never thought he was good enough. Nothing about him looked like it was going to be a top defender. So it's tough to say, isn't it? Yeah, Ken, look, I know what you mean. I suppose it's one of those. It's on a knife edge, right? But I just never looked at him and thought he was good enough, if I'm brutally honest. GBC fan, he wants someone like Jonathan David. So, by the way, lots of news coming out tonight. As we said, Reggie, Tanganga going to Millwall on loan. Jonathan Rowe, apparently Spurs want him. Apparently I'll get there in a minute. Apparently Ko Itakura as well is being looked at by Spurs and by Liverpool. So lots going on tonight. Lots of news about Brian Hill. Apparently Spurs want 7 to 8 million for him. Højbjerg, again, what's going to happen with him? I think we're going to see something happen with him in the last week of the window. Yeah, 6-7, I agree with you on the youngsters. I'm running out of next seasons. Yeah, listen, I just don't think every signing can be he's one for the future. I think if we want to show we are serious, a couple of right now, a couple more Madisons, not in that position, but a couple more James Madisons, been there, seen it, done it, good to go, hit the ground running. That's what I would do. Reggie said all the wingers mentioned are not English. Okay, why does the next winger have to be English? Haven't we? We've already got homegrown on the wing, haven't we, with Brennan Johnson? Why do we need to get the next one English? Stay humble. Sky Sports reported Palace wants Skip. Up to them. If they want Skip, they can come and get him. Series Great has said, I hope Series Great has said, I want Scalvini, a centre-back. Midfield, I want Thuram. And forwards, I want the other Thuram, Elise or Eze, and a striker. Wow, like Jimenez. And not too much then. You don't want too much. I can't see us doing all of those things, but it's good to dream. GBC fan has said Bowen, Elise, Neto are his in that order. Interesting. Would I swap Skip for Lowe? I mean, if Skip was going to go to the if we were going to do it, sure, as long as it leaves us money to go and buy a proper winger as well. And I don't mean that in a negative way. I'm not saying he's not a good player, but again, as I said it, you wouldn't see Liverpool and City doing this. You just depends what we want to be. Mr. AJ has said for me, Neto, Elise, then Bowen. Interesting you say that because one of them is a well-rounded Premier League player who's been doing it for years and years, and the other two you've put in front of him. But interesting. Artem Dovbyk, I would take him all day. I like the look of that guy. Really do. Big, strong, scores goals, holds the ball up well. Player, I haven't seen as much of. Decent. I'd take, I mean, purely because I've seen more of him, I'd take Dovbyk. By the way, smash the like button, people. Still only 132. Let's get that up to 200, shall we? And please do subscribe so we can move closer to our 13K. Let's get towards 13K by the end of the week, shall we? Who else we got in the chat? Chris Sperrin, big up to you, brother. I said, evening, mate. What's the latest rumours then? Been out the loop last few days, been working. Well, Tanganga looks like he's off to Millwall, as reported tonight. Serge Reguilon has signed for Brentford on loan. That's official. Spurs apparently and Liverpool both looking at Ko Itakura from Borussia Mönchengladbach, the centre-half. And apparently Spurs want Jonathan Rowe as well. Apparently Leeds want Ben Davis. Højbjerg is wanted by a host of clubs. And I think that brings you up to date. I sound like Jeff Stelling there, didn't I? Mark Newer said, only young player I'd go for it now is Ferguson. Very exciting young striker. Loan him back if Brighton won't release him. Yeah, they want like 100 million and I'm not sold. I'll be honest, I'm not sold. I think he looks good, but I think we're doing that thing again where we get a young player who has half a good season and we go, right, get him in. He could be brilliant in the future. But for me, again, maybe it's just me. My ambition as a fan now is I want to start seeing top players come in. I want it to stop being stopgaps. I want it to stop being young players, unless it's a proper or young player who's been there, seen it and done it, you know. But hey, each to their own. Strive to inspire says, how much do we owe Ange in being able to sell the dream to incoming players like Maddison and Dragoshin? That sort of persuasion is priceless. I mean, yeah, you say that, but let's be brutally honest. I mean, we got James Maddison from a relegated team, and we got Dragoshin, who's 21 years of age, from a mid-table Italian team. I mean, let's not make out like we've done anything amazing in terms of, I cannot believe we've signed him. Like, you know, I think there needs to be a level of reality to this. It's not like we've gone out and signed a player like Chiesa from Juventus, right, and convinced him to come to Spurs instead of Juve. You know, we haven't convinced someone to leave Bayern Munich and join Tottenham Hotspur. So for me, I do think we're going overboard a little bit. Where are we? Yes, I'm not on any social media now, only YouTube. I just couldn't bother with it. Too much hate, too much rude posts, too many threats in them. I just didn't need it. It didn't really do anything for me, if I'm brutally honest. Ken said Neto all day long. And on the flip side of that, Nacho has said Neto injury prone. Absolutely. Peter Bakayoko, I see. Now, I watched him last year and then I watched Brennan Johnson. And it's just levels. It's levels of a footballer for me. Hey, it is what it is. Jordan Pierce, title contenders. Vicario, Porro, Romero, VDV, Destiny, Basuman, Maddison, O'Reilly, Son, Jimenez, Kulu. No, Jordan, because 11 players don't win you a league. If this year has taught us anything, 11 players do not win you a league. Who are the 11 behind that? Who are the 11 behind that? We've got to stop doing this, Jordan. Big up to you, but constantly people go, this 11 would win the league, and 11 is not going to win you a league title. A squad is. Video complete. Sofiane has said Ziyech in the 10 could be the perfect replacement for James Maddison. Not for me. I don't know. I'll ask the chat. Forget me. I'll ask the chat. Ziyech. Not for me. I think James Maddison is levels above, and I wouldn't want him. No, again, it's another Chelsea player that didn't really work out there. I want us to stop doing this. Where are we? Yeah, I agree, Joshua. I agree. Ziyech wouldn't be the perfect. I agree. I do agree with you. Good morning. Sorry, a big up, Savva. Enjoy my coffee in your stream. Keep it up. Thank you, Igor. Enjoy the stream. Not a hugely long one tonight, but listen, as all the while the people are in here and we're talking and we're liking and we're subscribing, I will stick with you. Big up, come. We're two subs now from 12,860. So come on, smash that subscribe button. Chris Beresford, big up, said Karim Benzema on loan to the end of the season. Reports are emerging. He wants away from Saudi Arabia. Supply him and he will score. Now, this is an interesting one. I've seen this guy's been heavily linked, and a few reports and a few people I know are saying that it's almost going to be a done deal with Man United. Now, I mean, I don't know. Has he got the hunger? The question for me is, has he still got the hunger? There's no doubt this boy will put the ball in the net. But do you think we're going to get Werner and Benzema on loan? Would we do that? Would we cover his wages? I don't know. Listen, let me know in the chat. Chris's question, everybody. Karim Benzema on loan to the end of the season. What are we saying? Definitely, if you supply him, he'll score. But what are we saying? Let me know in the chat. Brendan has said in the Koreans game, he got a yellow and five yellow card was given to Korea. And Bahrain only had 2, but was making rough challenges. Nothing given. The ref was okay. Thanks for that, Brandon. Thanks for that. Big up Savva. Big up Savva. Night. Okay. Big up Killian. Good night to you if that's what you're saying. Yes, I would definitely take Nico Williams from Athletic Bilbao. That's the sort of player I'd want over a Jonathan Rowe. Musings of a football fan has said we need to move away from the model of buying backup players. We need players that challenge for the first team. We have Maddison. Get another number 10 that is better. Look, I agree with your sentiment in the first half of that. I don't know if we're going to find a number 10 better than Maddison, but I agree with you. We've got to be buying players that challenge. We've got to be buying players that make people like Maddison, like Romero, like Udogie, like all of them on their toes. Be on your toes. There's someone waiting to take your spot. So please do. And thank you. We've got a super chat here, the first one of the night. Thank you, Ken T. Just sticking in a little super sticker. Thank you very much. I really, really do appreciate that, my friend. And if anyone else would like to, the option is there. Of course, I will never, ever ask for people's money, but thank you so much. Nige said, I'd love Burn at Spurs. Hardly ever injured too. Whereas Neto is a walking hamstring strain. Yeah, I think Neto is always injured. I'd love him, though. A fit Neto on our wing. Levels above anything we've got. And Jared Bowen is levels above anything we've got as well. So, yeah, I do agree with you, mate. I do agree with you. Aaron is saying, big up Savva, I hope you're good. I'm good. I hope you're well. Said, I'd love to get Neto. I think he's proper quality. Yes. He is. I like him. Again, it's just like what the person said before. It's about the hamstring strain, right? Muser, a football fan, has said Ferguson is not worth 100 million. That's English tax at its most. Yeah, I mean, look, it's British players are going to cost a lot of money, aren't they? And, I mean, what is he? Northern Irish, is he, Ferguson? Or he plays for Northern Ireland, doesn't he? Or Republic of Ireland, Northern Ireland. Which one? He plays for Republic of Ireland? Yes. For me, I just want to, by the way, Nottingham Forest are 2-0 up at Blackpool. I've just seen a second goal rifle in. I thought it was a replay, but it's not. It's Nottingham Forest away to Blackpool, 2-0 up. Yes. Chris Berrin has said Soccer Saturday awaits. Yeah. Would you rather be, though, Stelling or Greaves? Oh, if it's football, Greaves, punditry. I don't know. Look, Jimmy Greaves was well funny. Do you remember growing up watching Saint and Greavesy? Wonderful show. John Clark has said, not just you, Savva. I want to be a big club with big players. Yeah, listen, I'm all for young players. I am all for young players. But at what point do you stop just constantly buying? They could come good. Give them time. Like the whole Brennan Johnson thing. He's only just arrived. He's young. He's quick. No, why can't we go out and spend money on a good quality ready-made player in those positions? We seem to be doing it in centre mid. We seem to be doing it at centre back, full back, but we don't seem to ever do it in the wings. I don't know why we don't. Strive to Inspire said Dragusin turned down Bayern, remember? Yeah, because we've promised him more game time. So, yeah. But, look, I'm not knocking it as a signing, but we should be able to go and get a Dragusin from Genoa, no? Surely. We can't just hype up, every signing we make now just because Postecoglou's here. Beyond 72 has said, no more flops. I guess that was in relation to Who was that in relation to? Probably Hakim Ziyech, maybe. Sorry, trying to remember back. Okay, yeah, it looks like that because here we go. Yildiz at Juventus looks some talent. Yeah, good player, him. Tyler said I wouldn't take Ziyech at this point unless it was a free, maybe. Ken T said, I'm worried about Bissouma. The guy looked unstoppable at the beginning. Now he seems he's a different player. Well, let's see what player we get when he comes back from the African Cup of Nations, shall we? Let's see what player we get. Just seen Henry upload a video about Tottenham to push to sign Gallagher. I mean, yeah, the Gallagher thing's been done to death now, isn't it? I keep seeing rumours about this guy every day, but I keep seeing the same thing that he said he doesn't want to sign, right, or move. But listen, hopefully, I mean, everyone knows my opinion on that, so we'll see. But I mean, I've not seen anything new that suggests he is coming. Chat Sport said Benzema is on 100 million a year. Jesus Christ. Daniel Levy would have a heart attack, wouldn't he? 100 million a year. Tyler said, I said yesterday, I don't want any player that went to Saudi because they went there for the money, not football, which is a shame, but we definitely need a striker like him. Interesting. GBC said Real Madrid know when to sell players. No chance that Benzema is still at the same level. He's still better than Richarlison though, right? Joshua would definitely take him on. I loved it. This is what I love about football opinions. Some absolutely not. Others absolutely. That's football opinions for you, isn't it, people? Please keep smashing that like button. Only 154 likes. We should be on 200. And come on, we're on 12,861 subs. If we get another 9 more, we get to today's target. 9 more of you. The link is in the chat. Come on. There must be 9 of you that haven't subscribed. Mr. AJ has said exactly that, Savva. Hence why we didn't win the league against Chelsea in 16-17. They could bring on Fabregas, Pedro, etc. and we'd done Kudu and Janssen. This is why I've been championing this for years and years and years and years. We've got to stop talking about 11s. This is why when people go to me, yeah, but if this player wasn't injured, we'd win the league. Injuries happen. Can't keep doing it. Yeah, but this team didn't have an injury. And that's life. You've got to deal with it. You've got to have the squad. Ken T, big up. It's a great job keeping it real, Savva. People that call you negative have a hard time accepting reality. Yeah, listen, I'm always going to get called negative because what I don't do is go, oh, my God. What, we signed Timo Werner? Oh my God, it's amazing. Right? It's because I go, is that what we wanted? You know, what made me laugh, especially about not just having a pop at the Timo Werner deal, but it was funny that no one mentioned Timo Werner. I don't know how many strikers or what wingers' names were mentioned for months leading up to the window. No one mentioned Timo Werner. Then when he signed, it was, well, we couldn't do better. It was like, what? None of you had mentioned him, but let's hope he comes good. I think he's going to frustrate the life out of us. I reckon he'll grab some goals, grab some assists, but I do feel that, wow. 4 people have literally just unsubscribed in like 3 minutes. Wow. Look how harsh that is. We were on 12,861. Horrible people out there. They really, really are. Tottenham Tom said he would like Matt O'Reilly. Me too, my friend. I've been championing this guy for ages. Paul Watkins said Morgan Gibbs-White. Keep Mads on his toes. For me, yeah, I think you could also get away with both of them in the team. So big up to you. Big up to you. Where are we? So, personally not a fan of Foden. Had a couple of seasons and it's already at its prime. Loads of better players that, I tell you what, I mean, had a couple of good seasons. I mean, this guy's got really good stats since he went to West Ham. He's got really good stats. This is what I mean. We got fans like this that don't rate Bowen. Bowen would be awesome in this system. Oh no. Tell me which one of our wingers is better than Bowen. So please tell me which one of our wingers is better than Bowen. Not one of them, by the way, in my eyes. Anybody else? Name me one of our wingers that is, assuming Sonny's up front, name me one of the other wingers that's better than Bowen. Feels harsh to drop Richie after he's found some form. Not at all. No. Come on, it's a big boys game. You've got to get on with it. You listen, if you've got a player that's better than better than him, then why would you not? Why would you not have him out? Should have got Kudos instead of Brent. Oh, listen, don't. I was so frustrated when we signed Brennan Johnson and players like Kudos were available in the market. So frustrating. To stay humble. Thank you very much. Very, very generous of you. Has said, big up Savva. Great show as usual. Come on, you Spurs. Big up to you. Stay humble and tell those people off that unsubscribed. God knows what I've done tonight to turn people off. Thought we were having a really good show and people just come in and unsubscribe. Big up to each and every one of you. Brennan gave panic buy vibes regardless of Ange liking him. I can't agree more. But yeah, absolutely. And again, thank you, stay humble. I really, really do appreciate this, by the way. If I didn't show enough gratitude, I am sorry. Give Leeds all of our defenders they want. For Somerville, he's mustard. Another one to definitely watch. Somerville, absolutely. Another one to watch. For me, again, though, I just want that. I want that level up. I want to be a big club. I want to be the level up. Ian has said, same old excuse, Savva. I'm with you. Can't blame injuries. All teams have them. Yeah, I've got really bored of hearing, but if Maddison and Romero hadn't been injured all this time and Van der Ven, we'd be top of the league. Well, first and foremost, you've got no way of knowing that, right? And secondly, everyone's had injuries. It's like Man City saying, well, if Haaland and De Bruyne hadn't missed games, they'd be 10 points clear. But ifs, buts and monkey nuts and all that kind of stuff. Do you think Ange asked for Timo or did they present the idea to him? I think the agent has probably been touting him around and it's landed on the desk and they've probably said, look, who else is there? Yeah, go on, then we'll have him. But yeah, I'm not sure for me. What went down there. But everyone said, listen, it's Ange's player. Ange said he signed it off. Joshua has said, SAH, Bowen is quality, mate. Okay, yeah, Bowen's brilliant. I don't know why anyone wouldn't want Jared Bowen in their team. I don't know why. That's madness. Mr. AJ said, apart from City and Liverpool, Bowen walks into every team. Quality player, underrated. I agree. Big up to the one, the only Saeed TV is in the house. Big up to you, brother. Tell these people to smash the like button and subscribe. We've got big time in the house. Big time creators like Saeed TV. Big up to you, man. Look forward to the show. Hopefully another heated one this Monday after the one last Monday. Dave, that's not true. This is only the second hour I've streamed, so no. Oh, it depends. If you watched me on Mo's channel and Football Terrace, but yes, you're welcome. Yeah, Girona have got a few players. That's Salvio of Girona. I would take him all day, every day. All day, every day. How many days? All the days. Big up. Motivation has said, we can only hope that Brennan is similar to Sonny, where he didn't perform. Yeah, but the thing is, you could see Sonny was a player. And I'd watched Sonny play in Germany. Sonny got it. Brennan Johnson, for me, hasn't. I feel like we can't think that every player is going to... Anyway, I'll leave that there. Smith Rowe, gone are the days of not selling to rivals. Would Arsenal sell? I think we can do better than him, if I'm being brutally honest. I think we can do much better than Smith Rowe. Oh yeah, he's got Joshua. Yes, he's got City written all over him, owned by the same group. Absolutely. Sean Spurs talk to there's no resale with Bowen. Bless. I mean, look, there isn't any resale, but if we want to be a big club, that shouldn't be where our head's at. If we want to be a big club, it should be go and get the best player. Not every player. We've got so many young players for resale value. But are we here to sell players, or are we here to win trophies? I know which one. I'm after. Danny Kiriako said, I think most people in here see more of Savva than their families. Big up, Danny. Big up. You are welcome, everybody. What a welcome addition I'd be to everybody's family. Johnny, big up to you, my friend. I said, what about sending Højbjerg to you over cash and in Junior and get Jota? They can make a move for one of the Palace boys and Gibbs White in the summer. Feel that rounds out the roster as a whole. Yeah, I don't feel like, other than Gibbs White, Yeah, if you're going to bring in one of the Palace boys as well and Gibbs White, yes. But other than that, Yotta, Inning Jr., I mean, are they what we should be? Look, we've got to be looking at how do we get there? How do we get there? And a lot of the names mentioned as though we're still down in sort of mid-table trying to fight for Conference League positions. Stay humble said, Savva, would you play Johnson at right wing against? If not, would Porro work? We were talking about this the other day. And I think if you take Porro out from the right wing back position, you lose a lot. I don't think he'll put him right wing. I do think he could be a good right winger. I just don't think he will play him there. I'd like to see it. I just don't think he would do it, my friend, if I'm brutally honest. Oliver has said the dream would be we get Bowen, Morgan's Gibb White and Eze. But then I smoke a lot of weed and live in a dream world. And in reality, that's just not happening. Big up big up to the weed smokers. Big up to the weed smokers out there. Yes. I mean, Bowen, Morgan's Gibb White and Eze. In reality, those players shouldn't be out of touching distance for Spurs. They shouldn't be. But hey, let's see. Yeah, I think that's being kind. I don't rate him at all. I'm sorry. I just don't rate him. I'm so sorry. McCloppin said Spurs versus City. We're going to be talking about that tomorrow night on Spurs Unleashed. It's going to be myself, Stel and Will from Tottenham away and Haas from Southview Coys for Spurs Unleashed tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Joshua has said, I agree we should sign Bowen players in that order to win. We can resell youth, etc., like Chelsea and Man City do. Listen, I think there's so much youth at this club that if you are going to sell on, there's enough to. Not every player we buy needs to be for sell-on value. Surely we've got to be thinking about winning immediately, winning in the immediate term rather than worrying about money we're going to be getting from them. Guys and girls, I promised I'd do an hour. I have done 58 minutes, so the show is going to be up very, very shortly. Just quickly in the chat, I just want to know everybody's feelings on the Man City game. Man City, we're going to be doing a big segment on this tomorrow night in Spurs Unleashed. Tottenham at home in the FA Cup to Man City. Man City are on fire. Spurs are, we're not in the worst form. We're not in the worst form, but certainly not in Man City form. We've done well against Man City at home in some games, not as well in others. But let me know. Give me a scoreline before we go for the next 120 seconds. Tottenham at home to Man City in the FA Cup. What's the score going to be? By the way, I've just seen an absolute fantastic goal from Blackpool to get them back in the game at home to Nottingham Forest. Really good 20-yard strike, top corner. Great goal, that is. Anna has said she's worried about City. Big up to you, Anna. I didn't know you were in the chat. Hello and good evening to you. Hope you are well. By the way, before we do go, can we get 5 more subscribers? Going to ask nicely, can we get 5 more subscribers to really make it a good night? The link is here in the chat. Can we do it? 5 of you to just quickly go in and smash that like. Let's look at some of these scores. 3-1 to City. Ryan's gone with. Ian's gone 2-1 to Spurs. 3-2 to Spurs. 3-all. 2-all to take us to a replay. Hard to say, but I think it will be 2-1. 3-2 to City. I don't think there is extra time. I think that it's I think it'll be a replay, wouldn't it? I think it'll be a replay. 2-0 to Spurs. Look, do you know what? I'd love to say that Spurs are going to win this, and we've done okay against them lately. Or, well, mixed fortunes, but we had some good wins against them. I just feel this might be one too many for me. I'll go into this in more detail tomorrow night when I'm with Stel, Will, and Haas. 2-1 Spurs. I love it. No, it's so funny that everyone just completely dismisses the best team in the world. I love it. Mark Cook, has got 2-0 City. Go straight to pen from round 4 onwards, don't it? A good question, does it? 1-0 to Spurs. We somehow hold a clean sheet. I can't see the way we've been conceding goals. I cannot see in any way, shape or form Man City don't score a number of goals against us. But hey, who knows? Listen, everybody, thank you so much to everybody that has liked the show. Thank you to everyone that has subscribed. Listen, if we can get 3 more, we end on our target for today. Just 3 more of you. Smash that button. Even without Haaland back, they're scoring 3.1 goals on average a game. I mean, it's scary. That's without Erling Haaland. Bill's gone 4-5-1 Spurs. Ed said without Spurs, it's going to be hard. Being honest, I think they could beat us 3-0. City concede a lot too. Yeah, but City score a shed load of goals on top of conceding, don't they? They really, really do. And we've been letting teams run at us for fun at the back. Hey, it is what it is. KDB is back, so it doesn't matter. Listen, we're going to get into this in more detail tomorrow night on Spurs Unleashed. Big up, everyone. Thanks for joining me for the last hour. Hope you're well. And we'll see you in the morning for the morning chat with Savva at 10 a.m. Much love. Take care. Thank you for the super chats and the likes and the subscribers. Please subscribe on your way out. Take care, everyone. And as always, come on, you Spurs.